Hi, my name is Soren, and let me show you my contributions to the music player project. Let me first show you how this works. So you have to select a user, as well as the song you'd like to play, and then the play and pause buttons, as well as the speed control, and then the thing speed components. So first, we can view the current song that's playing. So right now there's no song playing, and if we go back and play it again, we can see that Super Mario theme by Nintendo is playing. We can also view the recent users. So we have me playing all these songs, and then me playing this song. And it also works if somebody else were to play a song. See, Tam played Super Mario theme. The review system. So you can view the reviews for a song. So this is the reviews for Super Mario. You can also view the reviews for any given song. For example, this one. And you can also write reviews for any song. Upload the review. And then you can see that this review has been added to the review, and you'll be able to see it from any computer running this code. Okay. First, we have the resume and play button, which just resumes the player object. And this if statement just checks that it's the first time the song has been played or the play button has been pushed for that song, and it will update the ThingSpeak channel with the number of times the song has been played total after incrementing it, the user, the song, and that song is currently playing, and updates the table as well. And then the pause button just pauses the app and writes to the ThingSpeak channel that no song is currently playing. And this is for the speed controller. The speed controller adjusts the sample rate based on the value of the slider. It decreases it or divides it by the value in the slider, 2 minus the value in the slider. And then this if statement just checks to make sure that it's within the bounds of the MATLAB player, so it's not too fast or too slow. And then it restarts the player from where it was paused to make the change. And after that, we have the select user button, which just saves to the MATLAB app which user is using it based on the dropdown. And after that, we have the view recent users button, which reads the data of the recent users and which songs they've played from the last 10 times the song has been played. And then we format it and display it in a message box. Afterwards, we have the write review function, which you just write it into the write review box where it's saved. And then the upload button, publishes it to the ThingSpeak channel along with the user and the song that was playing and the review. And then we have the view reviews button, which takes the song that is selected currently and reads the reviews from the ThingSpeak channel along with the users and which songs they're playing. After that, it formats them and searches for reviews that match the song and then displays it in a message box. And then finally, we have the view current song button, which checks which the last song it's played is from the ThingSpeak channel, and then checks that that song is currently still playing. And if it is, it prints it out. And if it isn't, it prints there's currently no song playing.
Okay, hi everyone, this is Xiao from ENG6 class, and I'm in group 64. We designed a music player for the final project. And for me, I did the song list part and the song history part. And for the song list part, I just use a drop-down menu to list all songs here, display all songs, and we'll choose like the choose Super Mario and we'll shows here. And for song history, it will shows shows the songs you have listened and in order. Let me see the code. And for the drop-down list, I just use a switch and case, switch the value to the case, the name of the songs. And after you choose the songs, and the MATLAB will find the audio files to play it. And for the app.song, for the song history, I use the app.song history list box.items since I list the box for the rich components. And n+1 is for the songs can add over and over again in the order you listen, and then just equal to the name. So let's run it. And for this, let us choose the come through. It will play the come through, and the song history will show the come through. And we change one, Gundam style, and we pause it. And Gundam style will display here, and we choose the sample, and we choose sample. And we back to the Gundam style. It show again here, it means that I just listened in the second and the fourth. So that's my part, and thank you. That's it.
Hi, I'm Cynthia, and for our music player, I made the skip buttons to go forward and backwards, the volume slider, and also the graphs. So we just select a song from here. We're able to make the sound quieter or louder as needed. And then from here, each song can go forward. And we can also skip to the previous song also. And for each song, there will be 3 graphs of power versus frequency, amplitude versus time, and also a spectrogram of frequency versus time. For the next button, what it does is uses a switch case to check the current song number that is playing right now, and then it sets the new song number to the original one plus 1, and then this will also correspond to the new song in the drop-down menu. And then this is true for all the different songs we have. What it also does is this resets the volume slider, it resets the speed slider, and then it will also change the graphs to correspond with the new song that is skipped to. The previous button basically works the same way as the next button. Instead of adding 1 to the song number, it will actually subtract 1, so instead of going from 1 to 2, it'll go from 2 to 1. It also resets the volume, the speed, and it also switches the graphs. So for the volume slider, what it does is whenever the volume slider is moved, it'll stop the music player, take the current value of the volume slider, divide by 100 to get a change percentage, and then using the audio data from before, it'll multiply the change percentage with the sound data, and then set that to a new music player, and then it will restart playing the song again. So for the graph, there's 2 switch cases. One reads the different audio files for the different songs. The other corresponds to which graph is selected. So for power versus frequency, it uses a fast Fourier transform function to transform frequency values into power data, and then it'll graph the power data in the y-axis versus frequency value in the x-axis. For amplitude versus time, it'll take all the frequency values from the original sound data and then graph that in the y-axis versus time for each moment in the x-axis. For the spectrogram frequency versus time, it uses the signal processing toolbox and then the spectrogram function within it to transform the original frequency data into a spectrogram, and then that is then plotted using the image SC function, and then this will also create a color bar and then change the color map. So these are all my components.
Hello, my name is Tam, and for this project, I worked on the shuffle function, the reverse function, and the song counter table. Starting with the reverse function, how I essentially coded it is that the main function of this button is to play the entirety of a song in reverse by flipping the arrays in an audio sample, and here's the code for it. So using switch statements, depending on what song is played in the drop-down menu, it plays the flipped audio sample of the MP3 file related to it. So here we have every single song, and here is it working. So let's play for example, let's play this song. And this would be the reverse of it. Alright, so that is the reverse function. And my second component that I worked on in this group was the shuffle button right here, which shuffles between our list of 10 songs, and here's the code for it. So essentially using a random number generator between 1 and 10 and if statements, each number corresponds to a song. And depending on which song is, or which number is randomly chosen, it will play that song corresponding to the number. And here's the button working. Shuffle again. And shuffle again. So yeah, it randomly chooses between all the songs. And lastly, what I also worked on was the song counter table right here, which displays every single song that we have and will display the number of times that specific song has been played. And the code for this table is up here. This essentially is the startup function for the table, and every single function in this app course has the song counter table into it. So let's say the code essentially updates right here. The code essentially updates the table with a specific song in its row and adds 1 every time it plays in the music player. And here is it working. So let's say I want to play this. It adds 1 to that specific song. Anyway, skip. It adds another. Yeah. So every time a song plays, it adds to the number of times it plays. All right. And that is it for all my parts. Thank you.